Hello investors and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. Let's talk about BBIG to close the week out. This has been an 80% gainer over the last week, and you can see it met some resistance today at 425, tested that area a few times. It's been up here on this RSI over the 70 on the RSI indicator and has barely been dipping down and just gaining support. This hasn't came nowhere near the 50. So it's just really encouraging to see people are buying and holding, and this is all based on the Cryptide spinoff. BBIG is due to announce some news pretty soon. They said Q1, but if you zoom out on the charts and if you've watched this channel before, you know that this was supposed to happen back in October. It was postponed to December, and then they had an earnings call where they dropped the news, and it has just been in a downtrend and then flattened out here. And then found some momentum this last week, definitely, where the tide has turned. The tide has turned. And you can expect this price, I believe, at a minimum to test this $9 range as this news comes out and we get some clarity as to when the spinoff's going to happen. But we do have Monday is Martin Luther King Day, and I don't believe everybody is going to hold over the weekend. You've got 3 consecutive not very tall candlestick actions going downward. So if you haven't gotten in this play yet, I think there's an opportunity pre-market or pre-market dip on Tuesday when the markets open back up to get this in the $3 range. I wouldn't touch it in $4. I just think it's high, and I always like to make sure that you mitigate your risk. If you'd like updates on stocks like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Now, you can also get the information directly to your email. Kryptide, hey there, our website will be done soon. Enter your email address if you haven't done that, so that way you can get notified as these updates come out. I'm not sure what they'll notify you by email. I just signed up for this myself. Now, if you haven't watched one of my BBIG videos before, they're really easy to find. Click on the video tab, and I go through a very short version of the Vinco Ventures or BBIG portion of the business. But why everyone is getting excited is because of Kryptide and the dividend. It should revisit some of those previous levels that we seen when people came into this play. This has got a lot of momentum, a lot of popularity. Now, if you're curious about BBIG and AdRiser, their red information in one of my previous videos, I even go through their financials, and you can just see here they haven't been that impressive. So you can guarantee that as this pops, I expect it to drop after these transactions have all taken place. So they're on the BBIG side. Now the TYDE side, you know, this could gain some momentum. Now the launch and the rumors are what's driving the price now. We haven't received the official news and details of what's going to happen with Kryptide. You can see they have set up the Fintel page, and that's what this article is about. That this last week, people have gotten really excited about some of the momentum, some of the structure that they see once the spinoff happens, that all of this is starting to get set up for TYDE to be actually set up. And you can see on stock tweets, the watchers, number 1, BBIG, and then most active over here, number 2, right under AMC for stock tweets on most active. And the volume has just been absolutely crazy. Over the last 2 days, like I was saying before, in the Discord, I mentioned this as the intraday runner. And the stock tweets is one way that you can keep up with what's gaining momentum, but I also like to look at that volume. Volume, when you've got high trading volume, you can sometimes watch the charts and marry those together. You can get upward momentum, and a lot of people make gains on this. I mean, people are just like entering the weekend feeling good, and that's why you're seeing this price start to take off, right? It's starting to drop down, and people are taking those gains, all right? They're going to re-enter in, and that's what we're seeing right here. You can see it barely touched down here at about the 60 on the RSI indicator, and it started to gain some support. So people are waiting for an opportunity to enter this play, or they're selling off here when it's topping out and showing that it's meeting some resistance, and then it's gaining more support. Now, it doesn't mean that this can't downtrend further, but people are day trading this, just remember, everyone is looking at the same charts. So if we go back to the trading volume, just incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible trading volume, and this could go into next week. So the options, you can see the ones that are in the money are shaded in this color here. You can see it's kind of gray, and then out of the money are going to be, completely clear. And you just, I mean, these are crazy. 33,000, 14,000, 23,000 in trading volumes for options next week, January 21st. Now, I'm going to talk about options just briefly, but I do want to tell you, and I want to give you a heads up, that playing options in the same week, unless you know what you're doing, is strongly advised against. Like, you don't do that. You always give yourself more time to play options. Now, for those of you that know what you're doing, and let me know how you're playing this in the comments below, you definitely don't want to go too far out of the money. I would rather pay a little more next week. Now, of course, you could see that there is a lot of momentum, but as this dips down, I would go for like a $6. I would go for a $7.50 at the most. I don't think next week I would try and go beyond that. I wouldn't try and go for a 9 or definitely nothing like 14. Even if you think it's going to go into that range, it puts you, and I'm talking about if you're trying to buy in the same week. Now, if you want to go further out and extend this out a few more weeks, it gives you more of an opportunity to cost average down and just understand what's happening with the bigger picture. So that's my advice to you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you like content like this, and be sure to give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.